Years ago, I was in this antique market and I found this beautiful red teapot. And it's kind of become a symbol between our relationship ever since. Because we would sit down, brew a cup of tea at the end of a time working together when we were restoring a country inn or doing a project together or just needing to chat. So it kind of became the tradition that we would take out the red teapot and have a wonderful discussion.
So we decided that we wanted to invite you in to our little tradition, and every time that we feel like just chatting about something and ideas or topics or something that we're wrestling with or thinking about, we wanted to invite you to join us and hang out with us while we chat about things that are on our mind.
So for today, our topic is about venturing, because you're going to find out when you follow us, learn more about us, follow Kilometer 66, that we're all about seeking ways to venture further, to venture out of our standards, to venture in all kinds of ways. But that's a word that can mean different things to different people. So we thought, let's discuss what we mean by venture and then maybe broaden out that topic.
I think that when we think about adventures, there's this sort of big mythic, Treasure Island-y kind of sense that that we're going to go on some sort of grand adventure. Often it means that you're going to travel, maybe. I feel like it's not something that in normal life we think about having adventures.
But we don't normally look at ourselves and say, how can I be a venturer?
Right.
Because we exclude it because we think it has to be like Amelia Earhart.
Right.
Somebody who's done something epic is a venturer.
And we've kind of taken that idea of like someone who is adventurous, and I think that venturing is a verb and venturing is a skill, and it's something that you build over time and you have to kind of work at it. What I mean by venturing is any time that you are pushing yourself past your comfort zone, anytime that you are approaching something with curiosity, or that you're wanting to learn about yourself, about the world, you're wanting to do something new, anytime that you are venturing outside of what is known for yourself. And that can be all kinds of things. You can venture out, you can venture in. So to me, that means anytime that you're taking a step to learn about yourself, maybe you're reading a book about self-development or you're discovering something new about yourself, that's venturing. Signing up for therapy for the first time, that's venturing in. Meeting someone that you want to connect with, it's hard, at least in my 30s, it's hard to make new friends outside of school or work. Meeting someone that you think is cool and then inviting them to coffee, that's venturing.
For many people, because they're going to say to themselves, I can't cook. Maybe they weren't in a household where there was a lot of cooking involved, so they feel intimidated by it. But if you desire to want to learn, to try new recipes, then I call you a venturer.
That's venturing. Learning a new hobby. Anytime that you want to learn about something else, even if it's not like I'm taking a class or doing something really specific, I love a good binge watch. I love The Bachelor like anybody else. But I also
like Bachelor.
But I think that sometimes it takes a little bit more work to watch a documentary on a Tuesday night. Anytime that you're going to pull something up to learn about a new culture or about something else that's outside of your perspective, that's venturing. And I think that there are so many ways, if we can redefine it as I am choosing to push out, to learn more, to go a little bit outside of myself and a little bit farther. It takes a little bit of work. Anytime that you do that, you're venturing and you are an adventurous person. That can be at home, that can be mentally, it can be socially, it could be globally.
I think the hardest part for me about venturing is that it needs to be with intent.
Yeah.
If you don't intend to do it or plan it, make space for it, you can have all the desire in the world to want to venture out, to push yourself, but lay in, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it means I have to be intentional about doing it. So it's super easy to be in an area where I think venturing as travel. And so then that's easy because I'm learning new things. I'm looking at itineraries.
Going
I'm
to
thinking
museums.
I'm doing stuff. I think the hardest time to be a venturer is in your own backyard.
Absolutely.
Because it's easy to get into the groove and you forget to do it. So for me, I don't do a whole lot if I don't put it on my calendar. Not because I love a calendar, but because I forget. So I put a little reminder on my calendar, you can too, to just remind myself to think about what's going on in my local environment. What kind of short notice trips could I do depending on the weather? Maybe I can do a road trip with some friends. It doesn't have to be overnight, just like venturing to a new vineyard.
Going to a food festival or whatever, a lecture, anything.
Getting up early and going to the farmer's market.
Yeah.
With the intent to look for 3 things that you don't normally cook with, but you're going to try. That's venturing.
Absolutely.
Signing up for newsletters. I find that signing up for museums and getting on their mailing list.
Concert venues,
signing up for their mailing list. Thrillist gives lots of roundups of major cities near you. So there's lots of things that you can do to get in the framework of, oh, that's something I can do. And then, you can do it alone, but it's also a great time to venture forth, as Janelle was talking about, venturing into expanding your relationships. Sometimes people are looking for somebody to just invite them to something that they want to do. So you can venture by becoming more adventurous in expanding your social sphere by knowing about something and then putting it out there and seeing who's willing to join you.
And I don't think it always has to be doing something, going somewhere. I think also so much of it is just a mental thing about for me, I love getting input. I love getting new ideas, new things. And so for me, I sign up to a lot of newsletters or things that are aggregating or rounding up news articles or books to read or films to watch or things like that give me new ideas or that bring those things to me. I've joined some Facebook groups that are interests that I'm interested in, cooking groups and art groups and things like that are people that are thinking in those ways. It's just nice to have social media work for you a little bit sometimes and actually bring you new ideas, but you have to be a little bit intentional about signing up for those things.
Well, I'm going to do a shameless plug for our for our weekly digest, because a lot of times what people don't have is a simple way to aggregate new ideas.
So every week we do a totally free, no upsell we just love to gather new ideas, new things we're reading, things we've watched, cool videos, whatever. And every week we do a roundup of different things. If you go to our website in the description below and throw your email in, we will love to send you our weekly roundup of things that we're thinking about and seeing. There's nothing else to it. It's just, I love sharing things that I'm finding, and I feel like it gives you other people to talk with when you're reading something or watching something silly or whatever.
It's a great roundup that you get on your inbox on a Sunday morning, which gives you something positive to look forward to, because we don't focus on the news. We focus on things that make you laugh, things to ponder, things to read, things to discover. And that's a great way to just get in the habit of venturing, which kind of leads me to the whole point, which I think is important for us to discuss, is that venturing is easier when you're in a community of other people who are already thinking about ways to venture.
I think for us, one of the main reasons we wanted to start a YouTube channel was I really want to connect with more people, more women, more people who are interested in that idea of wanting to come from a posture of curiosity and expansion wherever they find themselves, in whatever season of life they find themselves, and wherever the world they are. I want to meet more people. I want to connect with a larger community of people who are kind of tracking that way. And we thought this is a great way to do it. And a lot of the things we want to talk about in the future are always going to be about ways that you can venture out, ways that you can push yourself in all of the different kind of content and things that we're making. So I hope you'll join the conversation. We'd love to have you. We have on our website, we have a quiz that we made of what kind of venture are you? And we think that there are different kinds of ventures, people who venture in their homes, people who are cultural venturers, who love to push out new ideas. And we have a really fun quiz that kind of breaks down what kind of venturer you are. If you want to take it, I'd love to hear what you are. Go take the quiz and then throw it in the comments. Let us know what kind of venturer you are. We'd love to chat more about it.
So I hope, as you've joined us for this little chat, you're inspired to think about venturing in a new way, to not exclude yourself from being a venturer, but to surround yourself with like-minded people who are also committed and determined to be curious and expand their world so that they can be a more multidimensional person.
Yeah.
Because if that's you, man, we're going to get along just
dandy.
Dandy.
So I hope you enjoyed your cup of tea. Look forward to chatting with you again.